this is the blueprint to making $10,000 a month online.
The easiest way to make money online in 2024.
Easiest online business to start to make $100,000.
5 of the best online businesses to
make your first million in the next 5 to 10 years if right now you're a broke student.
What is actually the best business model in 2024? What if I told you that it's none of those things? This business model has been hiding in plain sight for years, and it's the business model that Iman Gadzhi used to make millions for himself. So here's how you can copy him. In order to make money, we must first be able to provide some value to the market. And the best way to do that is by learning a skill. Before he was this famous millionaire, Iman was flipping Instagram theme pages, and he was making decent money from it. But because that skill was becoming less and less valuable, he decided to switch to social media marketing, where he made a lot of money. Here's what we can learn from him. First of all, don't just pick some random skill, but pick a valuable one. That sounds good, but how can you know which skills are valuable and which are not? Luckily for you, I've prepared this chart, which you can use to determine if the skill is worth learning or not. The more boxes the skill ticks, the more valuable it is. The skill should help your clients make money, save time, get leads, or get exposure. For example, let's say that you want to learn content creation, but you aren't sure if that skill is worth learning or not. Does it make your clients money? It can if they have a digital product or something else that they're selling. So let's tick that box. Does it save them money? Well, not really, since they have to pay to get their content created. But is it worth it in the long run? Absolutely yes. Does it help them save time? Yes. Since you're creating content for clients, you save them a ton of time so they don't have to do that all by themselves. Does it help them get leads? Absolutely. If you create the right type of content, it becomes easy to attract new leads. And lastly, does it help them get exposure? Well, obviously. So let's tick that box as well. I'll leave a link down below to this guide so you can download and use it. But how do you actually start learning a skill? What you shouldn't do is get stuck watching tutorials for hours on end without actually practicing. This won't get you anywhere. There are only 2 things that you have to do in order to get good at a skill. Learn the basics and start practicing straight away, whether that be by working for someone or doing it just by yourself. And that's pretty much it. Your goal at this stage is to learn and not earn. That's Alex Hormozi's quote, not mine. This is what Iman did when he signed his first client for $300 per month, which was actually his old football club, and he helped them with video production and not social media marketing. Only later, when he spotted the opportunity, he switched to running Facebook ads for businesses, but he did this one crucial thing that would turn out to be his smartest move yet. You see, while running his agency, Iman was also producing content. A lot of it, in fact. He started documenting his fitness journey, but then he switched to documenting his journey from broke teenager to multimillionaire, and people loved it. So we're going to try to do something similar, but what kind of content should you produce? There are only 3 types of videos that you should be making. Documenting your journey, giving value and entertainment. We're going to try to make a mix of the first 2 to build the best possible relationship with our followers. Making videos is another video topic within itself, but it essentially boils down to this simple 3-step formula. Step 1. The hook. This is the most important part, since no one's gonna watch your video if you can't catch their attention within 2 seconds. I could make a whole video just about hooks, but to keep it simple, I'll give you the 3 hooks which work the best for me. First one is negative hook. This is my favorite hook, since it's the one that works the best. Humans are naturally more intrigued by negative rather than positive emotions. That's why when we see a car crash while driving by, we can't help but look, and we can use this to our advantage. In your hooks, put a negative spin on the topic you're about to talk about and tell your viewers what they can get if they listen to you. Second hook that I like to use is desired outcome. If you decide to use this hook, you should promise something your viewers want to obtain. For example, if you're talking about weight loss, instead of saying, here is the best way to lose weight, say, here's how to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks. This hook works because instead of saying some NPC stuff that everyone's heard a million times, you're promising a specific outcome in a specific amount of time. This way, you're positioning yourself as an expert in your field and increasing your chances of going viral. And the third one is proof hook. In this hook, you're going to give a result you or someone else achieved with the method you're talking about in the video. So for example, if you're talking about making money, instead of saying, here's the best way to make 10K per month, say, I made $10,000 in 2 months, here's how. And make sure to show proof so that people can actually trust you. If you do this correctly, you'll instantly earn the respect of new viewers, increasing the chances of them actually watching the video. After after you've picked your hook, it's time to actually give the promised value to your audience. And you can do it in one of two ways: a short list of maximum 3 tips or one big secret tip. Anything else, in my experience, doesn't work. Now, how exactly you are going to give value depends on your particular situation, but in general, you should only talk about something that's worked for you or that you've seen work for someone else. And when you're talking about it, don't stretch it and don't shorten it too much, otherwise it'll be boring. Make sure that you fit the most amount of information in as little words as possible. Ideally, your script should be this long. Make sure when you're giving your tips that they are actually applicable. Pro tip: before you start producing content, research popular creators in your niche and see which topics are doing well and which aren't. But the key here is not to copy them, but add your own spin to those ideas. Otherwise, you'll be labeled as just another copycat and no one will want to watch your videos. The last thing that we have to take care of is call to action. This is the easiest step out of these 3. Call to action, or CTA for short, is used to get you viewers to take the action that you want them to take. This can be to follow, like, share, or even buy your product. If you follow this formula correctly, you should be able to start making money relatively quickly. This is the formula Iman uses all the time, and it's clearly paying off. And it's not just Iman using it. These creators are all killing it using this exact same formula. When you have all of these followers, there's only one thing that is left for us to do, and that is all of these followers won't mean anything if you can't make any money. So how are we going to do that? 2 words: digital products. This is what Iman is doing, and it is working wonders for him. But how can we learn from him? In order for you to make a good digital product, it must follow these 3 golden rules. Rule 1: it must produce results. I think that this one is pretty self-explanatory. Think about it. If you bought a course from someone you trusted, you would expect it to work. So why wouldn't your followers expect the same from you? So make sure to share everything you've learned and that's worked for you, and that you can back it up with the results. Rule 2: save time. If you're trying to make your product even better, make sure that it not only helps your followers reach their goals, but also saves them time in the process. If you help them reach their goals and you help them do it fast, then you'll be miles ahead of the competition. You should try to teach them as much as you can and in the shortest amount of time possible. To make sure that your product is perfect, just add this one more thing and it'll be complete: personal access. If you do this, your offer will be complete. With this step, you're trying to give your follower access to you so that your offer feels more personal. Also, if you're planning to offer a paid community as your way of monetizing, you can host weekly meetings and events to build further trust with your audience. If you follow these steps like I outlined here, you should be able to see results. And if you don't believe me, just look at what Iman is doing.
So this is the blueprint to making $10,000 a month online as a beginner in 2024. And I'm gonna walk you through the 9 steps to getting there. Now, step 1 is figuring out what not to do. When you join Agency Navigator today, you're gonna be attributed a one-on-one coach. That is a personal success coach just for you.
And the money he makes from it. There are also plenty of other creators on other platforms that are also doing well. But my question to you is, if all of these people are having success with this formula, why aren't you starting? If you're scared that you'll fail, don't worry. I've made a video with the list of my biggest mistakes I've made throughout my business journey so you don't repeat the same mistakes as me. So make sure to watch that video before you start. That's it for today's video. Bye.